Whoo, hey Magic fans, this is your captain speaking here on Captain Clyde's MTG, and we have our draft box eval for the case of draft boosters. We just opened 6 boxes. So let's get into it and see what we came up with. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 peeps. So first thing I like to say is land-wise, it comes with kind of the same amount of both. Looks like we got a little more here of full arts than basics. I mean, it is what it is, but also to be fair, when it came to foil lands, we literally got 3 foils. 2 full foil lands and this. And I'll be honest with you, as neat as these lands are, they're just not doing it for me. Maybe some of that is from the constant printing of full art lands is kind of taking away the pizzazz unless they do something really special like, and I'm sorry if you guys don't like it, but for example, the lands from Midnight Hunt, those scary, spooky, like Halloween-looking lands, I love those things. The Phyrexian art lands were really sweet. So I think they're really running out of options for their land game, and they probably should just stop and just go to regular basics. So the other lands can be worth something. And it's going to be hard for them to top anything else that they're going to do. Just going to be honest with you. So then also with that, as you know, you get a multiverse card in every pack. So we have all kinds of uncommons here. We have our rares, which we did average exactly 10 a box, except for boxes that had foils. Now there is foil in the box. Sometimes we got 11. So there is that. And out of the multiverse, we only got about 7 foils that weren't mythics, which is fine. Because we did get a couple foil mythics, I think, from that area. As you can see, 2 more foils here. But with that said, how I played this out, if it was $1 or less, or if it's less than $2, I averaged it out for $1 as a bulk rate. So anything $2 or more is what really got counted toward the price. So let's keep that in mind. So as we get started, that's how these are rated. Now, a lot of these cards in here were pretty much bulk rate. There were some really good rares. Like Ikoria here, still sporting a $15 price tag. This is still like $8. So like there's some good ones in there, which really gave a lot of value to the rares. More value in the rares than what we normally are used to seeing. As far as mythics go, we did get a buttload of good mythics. Like, if we just look at the Elish Norn and Ren, which is some of the more popular mythics, we did get 1 sword. We got a couple Elspeths, we got a Vorinclex, we got 1 Jin. There's a second Elish Norn, second Elspeth, second Ren, third Elish Norn. So, like, we hit a lot of good mythics in this, which is saying a lot. It gave a lot of value to the boxes, and gave a lot of value to the price. So as far as foil mythics, the only things that we really hit were these 3. All of them from the set, not the multiverse ones, unfortunately, but these ones were actually not the highest price ones. They were worth a little bit, but nothing too great. But we did get 3 foil mythics. That's basically 1 foil mythic for every 2 boxes, so decent average. Now, as we look at multiverse, like the mythics we got here were just insane. Like this one's okay, that one's okay. Shieldred's awesome, Alaria's awesome, Crovax is okay. But the thing that really got us a lot of value is we hit a playset of the Blight Dragon and a playset of Elish Norn Grand Cenobite, which is just insane. Like, what's the odds of us hitting a playset of these cards, which are some of the most expensive cards? And with that said, too, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 mythics from the multiverse sheet. That's roughly 2 a box. The last box had 3 in it. But I'm going to go with the average of 2 a box is probably what you're going to be seeing from draft boosters. At least that's the average that we got. So we got all our rares. We did get some pretty good foil rares. We got 1 Rona. We got King Kong and the Monkeys. King Kong Godzilla, I guess is what I should be saying. We did get one tribute and a Realm Breaker. Nothing too sweet as far as foil rares go. Just really about a couple dollar average. But even with all this said, we had a pretty good and honestly a pretty high rate of return. So let's get these out of the way and bring out the handy dandy notebook. And for those of you who can't see, it's this little corner down here. Yes, I'm saving paper because I'm cheap. Sue me. Not really. I don't have any money. But so this here is where we went. Bring it up here a little closer so you can see. So we start here. We have the Mythic, the Rare slot, and the Multiverse Legend slot. As you can see, our first box was 170, a second box 138, a third box 101, 145, 142, and a 145 for box 6 with an average of 841, averaging out to 140 for a draft box. That is, quite honestly, kind of insane. I don't think I've ever seen draft box prices average that high. And a lot of that, I'm not going to lie from you, it came from this slot right here, the Multiverse slot. Every one that was a rare I put in there for $1. So there were 10 rares per box. So that's easily $10. But even if we take the $10 out of this slot, 29, 30, 11, that was the bad box, obviously. $30 over here was kind of a bad box. It'd been $10. But that extra value right there is really what bumped up the price here. Except for here, because we got so many mythics in this box that were just so good. I mean, $84 worth of mythics is insane. The rest of the mythics were around $40 is what we're looking at, probably for an average. But the rare slot, look at the number of rares. There was a lot of value in the rares. Now, mind you, a lot of that too was coming from bulk rares. You can see here almost $26 to $28. That second number there is how much the bulk was for every rare slot. This one's a little different. It has some good value rares in there. But even if you take those $26 out, you still got, averaging $100 if you take out some of the bulk per draft box. And that's just amazingly good. Because that bulk's going to be worth a little something eventually. And it's not like you don't want it, don't need it. And you can even make it trade fodder, like even $1 a piece. I mean, I think it's value. So with that being said, as of right now, these draft boxes are just insane. I think it's going to be hard for the set boxes to top this. Because as you saw with draft, we were getting packs that had 2, 3 rares in them, rares plus mythics. I mean, it was like opening a set booster without the list slot. It was really insane. Yeah. So I don't know what else to say about that. I mean, hopefully the set boosters are better than draft, because that's the normal gist of it money-wise. But if they are, and this is the prices we're working with, this is honestly badonkers. Because I don't even know what to say about it. Because this is just tons of value. Now, obviously, a lot of these cards are going to lose value over time, probably, because more packs get open and so forth and so on. But overall, let's say that we lose 20% value in this. I mean, we still got boxes floating in at 120. There's one box at 80. But still, 20% off the average of 140 means you take $28 off. So you're at the price pretty much of 110. It's actually in the right range. And that's if it goes down 20%. If it doesn't go down 20%, it goes down even less. That's even more money. And that's also absurd. My thought, this is an amazing set to open and draft. This is going to be a great set, probably to draft at a store event, just because you'll have the option of getting 1, 2, or 3 rares when you draft one pack. So you can come out of there, instead of having just 3 rares, you can come out of there with 4 or 5 rares, maybe even a couple of mythics. It's really going to be insane and really sweet to actually get a chance to draft this format. At least that's my thoughts to begin with. So with that said, guys, I hope you learned a lot. Coming up next, we got set boosters. That's definitely going to be a trip. And then we got collectors, which is going to be even more of a trip. So with all that said, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. Keep the channel sponsor free. And Till next time, be kind. Hope to see you across from the game table. Later, player.